Good night. And it is a rare instance that we are up this late, but you know how we do. Want to welcome you to Your Black News, where we talk about Black news on a nightly basis. This evening, we are going to be talking about Black creativity news, and it's a lot of headlines around Black art. It's an interesting time in the art world. It feels like with the Queen of England's death, the art world is making how should I say, it's taking stock of itself and looking at the way it treats Black artists, which is a unique situation. Not a lot of times that we as Black folks get a chance to actually be seen as what we are. Give me a chance to get these headlines on the screen so you guys can see what I see. We are also broadcasting live to Twitter, Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So Black art news tonight, which we talk about Black creativity, and of course in that space is Black art. So hopefully you'll stick around and enjoy what we have prepared for you. The first article is coming out of San Diego, and it is around the San Diego's Black Art and Culture District aims to empower and heal. I had no idea that San Diego had a Black Art District. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what other city has a Black Art District. I have to look at maybe Oakland. But yeah, this is phenomenal. And the concept of using art to heal, that's a concept that really resonates with me because I love looking at murals. I'm a mural guy through and through. I think probably that's why I love being in Philly so much, because we're a city of murals. So, there's that. But anyway, going back to San Diego and this article here from KPBBS. As I said earlier, San Diego's Black Art and Cultural District aims to empower and heal. It's a rarity that a city will embrace Black art and then create an actual art district. I would have thought this would have been in what do you call it, San Francisco, but apparently, it's San Diego out there with the Black art space that's empowering Black artists, which is, like I said, very rare. You see a city that is actually empowering Black art. Just posted it in the to the room. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, check out the article. And like I said earlier, I'm a mural person, so they have a mural of Huey P. Newton holding the gun, sitting in a chair. That's on the side of a barber shop. There's just some really powerful pieces in this article. One of the things I like to see cities do is to embrace the trash cans or the trash receptacles and have artists paint those. I think that does a lot for a city. And you see that here in this article. There's just, some powerful pieces. I think that I'm curious to see what this news outlet does on their Instagram. I'm gonna go check it out a little later. It'd be really cool if they put these in a slide piece on Instagram. I think it could be a powerful piece. That said, one of the things that to do this type of work, you need grant money. And again, had no idea there was an African American Museum of Fine Art in San Diego. So there's that. And I'm starting to I only know one Black person in San Diego. I'm gonna have to reach out to see if I can connect to the 100 Black men. And when I look at a city, I look at the Black organizations first and say, okay, are they on social media? How easy are you to connect to? So the Urban League has something called the Young Professionals, and they were on social media first, way before everybody else. And so I'm going to check out the Urban League's Young Professionals, 100 Black Men, 100 Black Women, and just say, hey, are you guys planning to do anything with this art district? And see what the response, and I'll report back next week. But this is a really cool article. Hopefully, you get a chance to check it out. We are going to move on to our next article, which is from KUOW, which is an NPR station. And this is coming out of Seattle now. Now, I'm telling you, Seattle don't be playing. Like, that's that city when it comes to Black folks and empowerment. Woo, they don't play. There's a sister on Clubhouse. Her name is Jay Jay Ware, Ware. She is part of a really powerful collective that's been around 20 some years, and they are Black writers out of Seattle. And like I said, I had no idea, a lot, I'm not saying like I should know everything, but I try to track what we're doing in a lot of different cities. When I say we, I mean the Black folks. This is obviously YourBlackNews, as we're talking about. And I met Jay on Clubhouse, and I'm like, whoa, there's a Black writers collective that's been around for 20 some years, and they get paid, and they make sure other artists get paid. Other writers, and they actually accept artists too. So when I saw this article, I was like, of course, that's what they do. But anywho, getting to this article, let me open this up on Clubhouse. You can see it on the screen. If you're watching us here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Roku, or LinkedIn, you're seeing the article already. And that's one of the challenges being, multi-platforms, multi-hyphenated. So check out KUOW, NPR station. The article title is "A New Brick and Mortar Space Showcasing Black Art and Artists Opening Up in Seattle." This is what's interesting also. A lot of times Black folks, we have to play with words, and the name of the place is Art Noir. But I'm adding the noir. But anyway, really beautiful story. To get chances. It's a good sister, Ben Phillips, and she, in the article that I posted, there's a little tiny link to the actual interview, which is in text form. And so a lot of times, you can't really you go to these articles and you go to another article, and that's just the way the internet is nowadays. But this is in the Central District, a historically Black neighborhood, and she's reclaiming a piece of the community. So I'm excited to find out. They open up this Saturday. I'm gonna hit up Jay to see if Jay is gonna go over to this opening of the space and have Jay come back and actually have a conversation. Out to our sister Walker. What she does. And thank you guys for joining us. I see we have 2 people on this. I did not expect 12 o'clock for most folks to be here, but thank you. Thanks. Appreciate you for being here. So our next article, and let me get my screen right. It is actually something else in Seattle that I missed. I wanted to talk about, and that is the Black Art Legacy Digital Archive. A lot of times you don't get a chance to see these great artists, and whatever it's they may pass on and make a transition. I've not really talked a lot about these beautiful folks that have been around, before we were born. So the concept of an archive is great. I have my problem and challenges with Smithsonian. I just want our space to be, or our art, or our archives to be ours, and it doesn't seem to be a lot of appetite yet for making sure it happens. So our people and families, they turn their archives over to Smithsonian, and now Smithsonian has the largest collection, like whatever, in the world. But something that could probably, possibly change that is the fact that we can go digital. So when I saw this, when I was looking for Black Art News and I saw this, I was like, oh, this is actually something that, that it was in June, but it was posted yesterday. But this digital archive launched in June, and it's from a website called historylink.org. And I'm just excited to see this. And post it to the room. Give me a second. But I think that's a good solution for Black art and archives, is to be able to have a digital archive. And, you could theoretically pay for your hosting space for 10, 20, 30 years, and that's a great way to take a couple $1,000s and make sure that you have this ability no matter what. So there's that. I'm super, super excited to see this. If you guys have any comments, feel free. This is wide open. Nobody's saying you gotta stay in the audience and just stay silent. I'm actually looking for, just realized my microphone. Oh, geez. Hopefully this video, the internal microphone for my computer, hopefully it caught everything. Because I just realized, and this is why I do a lot of stuff. It's like, what? I just realized that we may not be broadcasting sound-wise, but let me plug in my microphone. Okay, we get it. And then I'll get back on camera. And hopefully, okay, cool beans. All right, so let me see if anybody put anything in the chat. Oh, I'm muted? The hell? Oh, dang. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been muted the whole time. Oh, no. Hey, Therese. Have y'all been muted for how long? Let me know how long I've been muted. What will go wrong does go wrong. Anywho, the Black Arts Legacy Digital Archive launched in June in Seattle. This is a really dope. Okay, 60 seconds. Thank you. I was like, no, that's the worst. I don't think that's ever been a nightmare of mine to know you've been talking for 20 minutes and no one said anything. And 20 minutes of dead air. It's just like the worst. But I realized that's not really a concern of mine. I need to make it one. But this Black Arts Legacy Digital Archive is a beautiful, beautiful archive of these artists I had never even heard of. And this is a dope concept. So I'm definitely going to really push this out there. Let's say it might be a great way for family legacy, to put your stuff online and then pay for it 10, 20 years ahead. And boom, now you got the family legacy. No one can take it down. Unless, of course, the hosting company goes out of business. But if you really want to get technical about it, you host it on some like Amazon Web Service. Amazon's probably not going to go down. So, get to leave a legacy there online, even after you're gone. Keep passing it down to family after family member. Going to go on to our next article. This is from Art News, and I'm here for this article. Boy, this one is necessary, needed, and in this time of transition in England, I think that it's a great point to bring up here in the United States. So this is an article from Art News. Black women artists accuse Wisconsin Museum of institutional racist violence. And I was like, wow. And the picture they used, the Madison Museum of Modern Art. This picture they used makes it looks like it's just an evil evil place. I love that they got the right shot for this article. If you're watching me online, you have to read pages. I don't know why I hate these ads that are full page. It's just wrong. Anywho, what this is about is that 23 artists that were featured in a show have withdrawn their work in protest. The allegations were signed in an open letter by the collective artists of the MACA, I guess it's MACA, MMOCA, or Madison Museum of Contemporary Art. And the show opened in April, expected to run through the late October. But the letter says the museum has shameful mistreatment of Black artists, contractors, and staffers throughout this exhibition. The museum denied the allegations, calling them inappropriate. Call the allegations inappropriate. Like, you're Negroes, you're being inappropriate. You can't accuse us of anything. That's wrong. So that just in their answer, there's a problem. And honestly, when you shameful mistreatment of Black artists, that's the collective. The contractors, that's the person who may have been contracted to bring the art in, maybe the art dealers or the art exhibitors. Maybe the art was in somebody's house, moved, and they accused them of their own staff mistreatment. This is the first time they probably had 23 Black artists in that museum. Now, prior to this incident, an artist said that she and another Black worker in the museum were accosted in March during an installation by a white employee of a neighboring exhibition space, and that worker was terminated. So there's just a spirit of energy right there, And we reported from Wisconsin about the Black woman who was denied a bank loan, even though she had 800 credit score. And then when she sold her business, her popcorn business, a white woman who had a very much lower credit score received that same bank loan to a white woman to buy her business for more money than she asked for the bank. So she sued successfully the United States, forcing the U.S. To regulate and show how many denied loans by Black people at every single bank in the U.S. That was in Wisconsin, and she's now going after her own bank. So maybe I'll reach out to this artist collective to find out, the general. There's obviously a problem in Wisconsin. I mean, it's Wisconsin, so. But I doubt that it's just a museum. I'm pretty sure it's happened all over the state in many different ways. But I'm glad to see Black people who are in Wisconsin are standing up, and these artists. They created a section. I love Black folks. The section in the letter called "Museum Failures." The artists claim they should have been paid more. They were given a $250 honorarium. Wow, that's messed up. $250. They say that there's a $3 million operating budget, and definitely they're not part of that budget. So 23 artists, $200. It's about like maybe the museum spent $6,000 at the most. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. And I'll be back next week with this, doing a little more research and reaching out to them, see if I can get them to come on Clubhouse and talk about it. This is bad. I'm glad to see the sisters stood up for themselves, though. Moving to our next article, coming out of totally on the other coast, coming out of the East Coast, and this is a totally different article in a totally different way. So I'm excited to see this one. This is actually, again, very timely based on what's happening in England and what we know um, the monarchy has always done, which is copy or steal everything. And its exhibit in upstate New York is redefining how museums convey Black trauma. That's what's up. I've always felt, like I said to you earlier, Smithsonian, I have a problem. I won't go to the Smithsonian and see all the great stuff. I'm just not going to. It just pains me that we have to put our stuff in place like that. I may take my daughter, and I'm sure my wife would go in with her, but I just, I think it's a good thing for children to see. I just can't support them. They got all our stuff in one place. But in this article, it shows how museums should convey um, the breadth and depth of the pain and trauma. And I thought, like, yeah, that's good. That's a really and at the same time, you don't want to make it so heavy. So, but you want to have the respect for what is being depicted in the artwork. And for upstate New York, which is the scene of the Buffalo massacre of Black folks, it's interesting that this is coming out of there. So, good article, something to think about. I know that a lot of times change doesn't happen until you can point to somebody else who's done it, and I think this is really good. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the word in the article, but it's like melancholy, I guess melancholia, Black melancholia, I guess. I'm not sure, but it's a really powerful exhibit, and the fact that they exhibit it in the way that it's supposed to be is amazing. All right, in our next article, we have, I think, about three more articles or two more articles. Let's see, one, two. Yeah, we have about two more articles. Now, this one is about art. And actually, before I go to that, I do, because it changes. This is a different format. So I do want to play something for you guys. Hopefully you've heard this, or you haven't. Hopefully maybe you haven't heard it. This is from Instagram, and this is an interview that was done and released 2 days ago by the magazine Essence. And in that interview, it's an interview with the cast of what do you call it? The cast of the movie that Viola Davis is in, and it is a powerful piece that Viola Davis says about what there is no words what Black women go through in creating art. And so I wanted to play that. Hold on one second. Here we go. Let's get this, cue this up correctly. Okay. There is no words to describe the journey, the sweat, the blood, the war that is being a Black artist and being a Black female artist. And if people understood what goes on in the room, what goes on in the studios, what goes on in the hearts of freaking guys in us at times, if they see the blood, sweat, and tears of what it took, not just for this movie, just what our journey is, then they just would be on board. There is no words to describe the journey, the sweat, the blood, the war that is. I just wanted to play that part when she said there's no words. And yet I can hear Auntie Cheryl in my head saying, "Yet we rise." In light of what happened at the Emmys, and if you haven't heard about the Emmys, numerous Black women won awards at the Emmys. It's a very rare occasion in the comedy space for so many Black women to win. And I don't know if anybody saw what Jimmy Kimmel did while the writer the creator of Abbott Elementary, was giving her thank you speech. But he did a comedy skit and he's laid on the floor. And when she came out, he didn't get up. He just kept laying there. And he thought that was hilarious. Um, it wasn't. It was very disrespectful and almost like he was looking up her skirt. It was just, it was just weird. It was just bad. But in light of that, I thought it was interesting the juxtaposition. 2 days later, Essence does an hour interview with the whole cast of this movie. And so you can definitely go to Twitter and check out this interview. It's an hour, but this was from Viola Davis' Instagram account, one of her reels. I don't think it's going viral yet. I love finding stuff that hasn't gone viral yet, like, hey, check this out. But I think she accurately describes exactly, what the heck Black women are going through in the industry. So, Woman King is the name of the movie. I was blanking on the name of the movie. I didn't want to get it wrong. The cast of Woman King is interviewed by Essence Magazine on Twitter. It's an hour interview. It's an excellent interview. She's definitely check it out. Phenomenal interview. And it's only available on your Twitter account. I thought that was interesting that Essence did that. I think that's a lot where people are going, if you're going to do this whole digital scenario, then let's do it the right way, right? Let's make sure that we actually go ahead and put everything on digital. So digital covers, digital interviews. Definitely check out Essence Twitter account for that entire interview. But Viola Davis clipped her interview and put it on Instagram. And that is the interview from Instagram, the clip of it. The show is called Essence Covered and the Woman King. But going back to Jimmy Fallon for a minute, Ralph Lee said something phenomenal that I also want to play about how she felt when she saw Jimmy Kimmel. And I was like, yo, that's what's up. I mean, I really appreciate what, she's 67. So she's somebody's grandma, somebody's auntie, and she can say what the F she want to say. And she's taking the moment to do that. So I'm here for it. I am here for that. And thank you, to her for standing up. Unfortunately, I feel Quintana, she knows the deal. She was not going to say nothing that was, she said she didn't have a problem with it. And I felt like, what else is she going to say? She's not going to say, I mean, she wants to make sure Hollywood gets things where they're supposed to be at. So, okay. This is the first time I'm seeing Jimmy Kimmel apologize. He hadn't apologized, y'all, as of yesterday. It's 12 a.m. So as of Thursday, I didn't see him apologize. So this is new. When was this posted? Yeah. Okay, it was posted at 1. Okay, it was posted last night at 1:20 a.m. But I didn't see it in my searches. This is Yahoo Entertainment that I'm looking at. But yeah, it was Cheryl Lee Ralph said that she wasn't funny. She didn't see the humor in it. It was disrespectful, and yeah. So I think that was phenomenal. And she said she talked to him. She went up to him after the fiasco and told him to his face. Gotta love Auntie, the other Auntie Cheryl. But going back to our headlines, the reason why I brought that up was because there's a headline from a new movie that's come out that is centered in Africanness, and I wanted to juxtaposition all those things that was happening this week with the Emmys and the disrespect that was shown, and know that while we do have funny stuff and we do have humor. And this is the thing to me. This is all in a comedy space. This is not even in, it's not even in. It's just it's not funny, and it's not in a funny space. If that makes sense. It's definitely not funny, and it's not in the funny space. But this is a movie that's coming out, and it's an indie movie, and it's making fun of African satire um, from an African writer and director. Uh, I'm addicted to the Nigerian movies and Netflix and Amazon Prime. So there's definitely an angle there that should definitely be examined. So it's called the African Desperate. Um, and I, the reviews for this short has been phenomenal. So I thought it was something to talk about because it's just, those of us that like Nollywood movies, we know that there's no one's made fun of them that I know of has made fun of them publicly and like kind of like who is it? The God, I can't think of the Wayans brothers, doing that girl movie. So I thought that was hilarious that an African is making fun of the African movies. That's what's up. And of course, she's making fun of the art world at the same time. So I love this. This is phenomenal. All right, y'all. This has been Your Black News, Black Creativity News. If there's something that we should be covering, shout out to our listeners, Therese, Josetta, Francesco. No, Francois. Was it Francois or Francis? Brother, I'm always messing your name up. I swear to God. I gotta get him to come and speak and correct me so I can mentally put his name in my database.
Yeah, it's Francois.
Oh, Francois, okay. I always think it's Francois. My bad. And I think I messed it up. How you been? How's writing?
All's good. I'm transitioning to a different route for my biggest financiers in my 9 to 5 to a finance not publishing career. But yeah, that's the goal anyways. Because I definitely want to mark myself away. Need money to do that. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I just started Amazon influencer account. So I'm gonna be hitting up my people. If they have a book on Amazon, I just need the physical copy so I can review it and put it up under my channel. So I don't know if you're thinking about Amazon or not, but if you do, just let me know so I can review the book and put it up on my channel.
Noted. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I love how you describe your writing and everything that the process you're going through. It's always, and I love your Instagrams. It's always fun to watch you. But this has been Your Black News, Black Creativity News. We do this usually at 9:30 p.m. on a Thursday night. Tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. we'll be talking about Black business news, and then Saturday Black education news, and Sunday Black policy news. Hope you follow the club and follow the house. And for those of you watching me online, I appreciate you. We'll be back. Have a blessed evening. Please be safe and make sure you keep your head on the swivel because we know we are physically targeted by white nationalists and neo-Nazis. So please, watch your back, move with the knowledge, not in fear, but definitely please keep aware of your surroundings. And of course, stay Black. See you guys tomorrow night. All right, we're gonna be off line, and appreciate all of you that watched. Thank you for joining me. I'm sharing my screen. Come back to just me on the screen, and thank you for sharing the half an hour with me. Appreciate you.